Shalom, shalom. This is Moshe, aka Jonah or Yonah, coming once again, I guess, to add part 4 to the Refuting Cab Malone or Cab Malone, or basically the whole SEAL squad. It's in, I guess, honestly, retaliation to the attack on the Hebrew Israelites. Me being a Hebrew Israelite, I have to take it personally because he basically, and they basically, group us all together as one, even though they divide us on doctrine. His conclusion is that we are all wrong in some way or another. That's basically what he says. And we are not Hebrew Israelites at all. I think the first 3 videos have thoroughly debunked that idea. Now I have to address something I really don't even want to address. But because he has made this a us against them thing, I feel I need to address an issue that he brings up when he attacks the less than professional, less than educated campers. I hate to even say it like that. I don't like to say nothing bad about my people at all. But it's just a fact that we have been deprived of education in this country. And even when we have equal opportunity, the effects of bombing Black Wall Street and other types of oppression, like, basically not hiring us because of our color and things like that went on for so long during Jim Crow era and afterwards. We live in poverty-stricken, drug-infested areas a lot, so it's hard to focus on school sometimes when you have parents that may be dead in prison or on drugs and probably sold the food stamps or whatever, and now you're hungry. So you got a choice of go out here and sell dope and get it in the streets, or be hungry because your parents are dead in prison or strung out and messed up the money that was given to them by the government to feed you with. So we often end up locked up early, dropping out of school to go sell drugs and a lot of other things. Though we choose to do these things, we are basically forced to make a hard choice a lot of times, starve or study your homework. Not only that, poverty breeds the gang violence and everything else you see in a lot of our neighborhoods. So you got kids trying to study and they on the floor. Stray bullets coming through the house because they shooting up the neighborhood. Hard to study like that. So yes, we do have a slight education curve in this country. So I'm not attacking my brothers, but I'm just stating the fact that many of the camp Israelites are not very well trained on how to research, and then they, have basically started to study from pseudo sources, and they don't have the proper foundation as an education all the time. Even though their heart is right, them still my brothers. I'm riding with them. So, on that note, not only because Cab Malone and others attack them and they pick on the campers and avoid people who have real scholarship and education and don't use curses or interpretations of prophecies and false charts to validate our Hebrew Israelite identity, I have to address this fact. Not only that, but because I am a Christian. Yes, I am. Of the sect of the Nazarenes, the first Christians. Yes. And I'm not ashamed. And that fact that I am a Christian, I see that a lot of blacks are being duped away from the Bible and the church by being made to feel guilty for believing what is described as a white man's religion by a lot of the Nation of Islam brothers, 5%ers, Moors, comedic scientists, and others, the black conscious community in general. And they use things like we were cursed to slavery, and that Bible is a slave master's book, and stuff like that to, I guess, use as a jump off point to teach brothers and sisters in the church that this Bible was designed against them and also used against them and for the purpose of enslaving them. So, because we are losing people from the church because of this, I have to address it. Like I said, I don't want to. I disclaim, I do not hate white people. I do not believe that salvation is not extended to white people. But we have a doctrine that's going around from my brothers that say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And Cab Malone and some brothers and sisters like Rita Raquel and, what's her name, Lasagna Crutchfield, Salam Alexandria, brothers like Mike Pereira and LaRon Campbell. I don't want to go just whole list of people. But they attack them on that issue as well. Now, me, I'm just the type that I'm going with whatever the Bible says. If it says white people are the devil that the Bible speaks of, I'm going to believe it because I'm a Bible believer. If it does not say that, I am not going to believe it. I happen to learn Hebrew. And while learning Hebrew, which I have not mastered as far as vocabulary, I did a lot of word studies, and I was shocked to learn the definition of some words when I was reading. And even though these brothers do not teach that doctrine right, there's a whole lot of merit to the idea that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. We will first start here addressing the idea of the curse of Ham, Genesis 9:19 through 27. And I will read, this is my post. The so-called curse of Ham is more accurately described as the curse of Canaan. Noah only cursed Canaan, one of Ham's 4 sons, that is Cush, Phut, Mizraim, and Canaan. We were told we will curse Canaan here in this country to justify slavery. The curse is said to have been used to get us to submit, thinking we will be going against the Father's will if we bucked slavery that he cursed us to. Not only did the enslavers lie and say all Hamites were cursed, they also perpetrated an illegal type of slavery, instilling people to make them slaves, a death penalty sin. Exodus 21:16, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Plus, in the age of archaeology and increase in knowledge, we see that they, quote, flipped the script, unquote, when they told us we were cursed Canaan. Canaanites were white people, not black people, according to this scholarly article that cites eyewitness depictions of ancient Canaanites. It is by a white Oxford University professor who was in no way associated or affiliated with so-called BHI or Black Hebrew Israelites, which they have labeled us to try and make us like some KKK or whatever these acronyms, this hate group. Okay. Moving right along. A highly educated and ordained Christian minister who wrote encyclopedia entries for a living, Reverend Archibald says, here are 3 excerpts from the article found at this site. The Amorites, however, though they were the dominant people of Syria, were not its original inhabitants, nor is it is probable that they even form the largest part of its population. They were essentially the inhabitants of the mountains, as we are told in the book of Numbers. I'm going to skip down a little bit because I don't like my videos to go over 10 minutes. 15, rather. They belong to the white race. And like other members of the white race, were tall in stature and impatient of the damp heat of the plains. We're going to drop down. Right there where you see anthropologists. Says anthropologists connect these Libyans with the Celts of our own islands. At one time, it would seem a Celto-Libyan race existed, which spread along the northern coast of Africa, to Western Europe, and the British Isles. The Amorites would appear to have been an eastern offshoot of the same race. We see here that Western Europeans are the result of the Celto-Libyan or the Libyan race. The children of Foot migrated to the British Isles and Western Europe. They are Hamites. The Amorites were of the same stock or race. Amorites come from Canaan. They are Hamites. Now we'll drop down and we see right there that he lists all these other Jebusites and all these Hivites and all these other ites of Canaan were also different families of this Amorite race. We will read above where you see the Amorites, they had like red hair, reddish brown hair, and blue eyes. The reddish brown hair, blue-eyed white people are Amorites people. They're Canaan. They are not Shem. They are not Japheth. They just invaded Japheth's land. Okay. In person, as we learn from the Egyptian monuments, the Canaanites resemble their descendants, the modern inhabitants of Palestine. They belong to the white race, but they had black hair and eyes. So, if these Canaanites were white, then it is obvious that it was white people cursed to slavery, not us. So what about the white man being a devil the Bible speaks of? Well, in Genesis 36:20, you will read, these are the sons of Seir the Horite, who inhabited the land. So what does Seir mean? Seir, BibleHub.com. Hitchcock's Bible Names Dictionary, Seir, Seir child maybe, I don't know. But hairy, goat, demon, tempest, that is the word translated as devil in your Bible, and it literally means hairy or shaggy. So what does Horite mean? Horite, we'll slide on down so you can go to it, I'll link you to it, and you can read the whole article. But towards the end, I'm going to lift it up to the top where it says Horite has sometimes been explained to mean cave dweller. It more probably, however, denotes the white race. So see, we have here in Genesis 36:20, the Bible telling us these are the sons of the hairy devil, the white cave dweller who inhabited the land. These white cave dwellers were what we now know as Neanderthals. So those are the only white cave dwellers we have proof of. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to just a second. What does this Neanderthal gene cause? I always wonder why. They went on worldwide killing sprees and they go and they just shoot up innocent school children and just, warmongers in this world. Well, it is a DNA science fact. Well, I'll read it. This is live science. Notice I don't use pseudo sources nor conjecture. Schizophrenia emerged after humans diverged from Neanderthals or hairy white cave dwellers. Schizophrenia poses an evolutionary enigma. The disorder has existed throughout recorded human history and persists despite its severe effects on thought and behavior and its reduced rates of producing offspring. A new study may help explain why, comparing genetic information of Neanderthals to humans, modern humans, the researchers found evidence for an association between genetic risk for schizophrenia and markers for human evolution. Schizophrenia. Well, let me go down. I'm sorry. I need to go a little further. Right below open right there. You see this study suggests that schizophrenia is a modern development, one that emerged after humans diverged from Neanderthals, said John Crystal, editor of Biological Psychiatry. It suggests that early hominids did not have this disorder. This disorder that comes down in this gene that was placed into the modern human gene pool by hairy white cave dwellers that we label Neanderthals, what the Bible calls hairy devils. The red devil with the horns on his head and the pitchfork, that imagery comes from Europeans. It is not the biblical concept of a devil. The biblical concept of a devil, we see it here. We just saw the definition. It refers to a hairy or shaggy white cave dweller. So, since these are biblical and linguistic facts, and we can see the effects of this gene in this world, for Yeshua said that the thief comes to do what? To kill, steal, and destroy. Do I need to say more? So though I would not agree that the white man in general is the devil the Bible speaks of, I cannot but believe that they are the children of the devil the Bible speaks of. So on that note, I look forward to your response. Leave my brothers alone and address somebody your own size. Pick on somebody your own size. Shalom.